One of the biggest problems I see facing organizations today is dealing with change. So many of us don't know how to move on because this is a skill we're just not taught in a typical setting. Today, we're being forced to do things faster, more efficiently, and more profitable than ever. And this puts a huge crunch on people.
You would think that being positive and being a problem solver would be something that we would just do naturally or even want to do. It's been very interesting to me how the same thing can happen to 5 different people, but the end result is 5 different ways, because the way that we respond, that really labels the action. And it's all about taking that power back.
Change is easy for no one, but you and I can become a master at adapting to it by using 2 words as a guide: focus forward. You might be thinking the hardest part about adapting to change is learning to do something a whole new way. I see it the other way around. The hardest part is letting go of how you did it in the past. What I think is missing is a strategy on how to manage that change personally. Like an athlete would work on one part of their body to improve the function, I actually think there are strategies that you and I can work on to improve how we adapt to change. You see, life happens, live it, is an idea that's simple, but not small.
In 2008, I was on top of the world. I was working for the State Department of Forestry as a forester. When I went out with my roommate at the time, some old friends, we went out to my old hometown of Eagle Creek. And the guy that I happened to see at 2:30 in the morning was my childhood best friend.
I was so excited, I jump out of the pickup, go running over to him. We talk back and forth for 1 minute. And when I turned my back to get something in the pickup, that's when he made a bad choice. He thought it would be funny to put me in a full Nelson headlock like this.
When we stumbled, the first thing to hit the pavement was my head. And then with the weight of his body on top of me, it snapped my neck at the 6th vertebrae, leaving me a quadriplegic, paralyzed from the collarbone down. Life happened. Now what?
Acknowledge that a change happened, but don't put time into comparing today's reality to yesterday's routine. Force yourself to focus forward. Hot pink? Hot pink? You see, I'm going home for the first time as a quadriplegic, and my nurse thought it would be so funny to send me home in a hot pink wheelchair. I bet there's some hot pink wheelchairs that drop into your day and make you say, what the heck? It might be working with someone who drives you crazy, or the endless pile of paperwork and emails stacking up. I don't know you, but I do know what it's like to have to lift yourself up every single day. If you can find just one thing about the situation of the day to laugh at, that gives you a lot of power. It's about choosing to chuckle instead of getting angry. It's about shifting your focus off of just what's wrong and onto making the best out of what you do have to work with.
When I come into a company and talk to them about my life story, the little tips that I've used to be able to move on, to find happiness no matter what I'm going through, they're bite-sized takeaways that people can use that makes this abstract idea and makes it actionable.
Now your task is to catch me when you hear one of those 3 vile words, which are?
Can't, won't, don't.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna say hi-ya.
No, you're gonna give me the biggest, loudest, most dynamic.
Hi-ya!
Holy cow!
If you can be that person who brings that positive perspective to work, it influences the people around you. And those people, in turn, influence the folks around them. When a challenge hits your team, people will already be conditioned to respond in a certain way. Yeah, life happens. Change is never going to stop. But we as a team, we live it. When life happens, we live it.